everyone. Today on Art Talk, Dr. Andrew Shotzi is going to take us through patience in art.
Thank you. As you know, I really believe that psychological variables, emotional variables, are the more significant barriers for producing art. At one time, I thought it was natural talent. As I've said, I think that's an overrated variable. Patience is something that is very hard to come by. In many areas of life, we really struggle with feeling impatient. We're not getting where we want fast enough. And I think that dramatically interferes and holds people back when their art is not moving at the pace they would like it to move. They struggle with impatience. And either they speed up, cutting corners, not taking the time to get things where they want them to be, or they give up. Those are often the consequences of being impatient. So what I try to teach people is how to practice patience. So, for example, with pencil drawing, we start with a very, very light touch, and we stay with this light touch for a very long time. I don't let my students use erasers because erasers allow us to do something. We can go darker, and I know I can always erase it if I want. But if I have to stay light, it's going to take longer for the image to emerge. And that can feel discouraging. However, if I'm aware, I can persist. And at that slow pace, very, very slowly moving from barely able to see what's on my piece of paper, my canvas, and to it becoming more and more clear. And the same thing with paint. It's stay very monochromatic. I get my students to use a large brush initially, so we can't get into any detail with this brush. It's take the time to get the structure, the where you want it to be. And that might take you 1, 2, 6, 7, 8 hours, depending on how complex your painting is. But the importance is to hold off on rushing things so that I really get things where I want them to be. And there's one quote I like to make around, this is not really related to painting, but I think it applies, that the direction we're going is more important than how fast we get there. I think that sort of sums up the importance of being patient, taking time, get things where you want them to be, and then you can start to elaborate, put in more color, put in more detail, or start to make your drawings darker.
Great. I think that's an awesome quote you left us off with. And thank you for taking us through patience in art. And we will see you all next week for a new psychological variable.
Thank you.